Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
My name is Godfrey.
Godfrey's style is immensely strong and immune to nearly any weapon. It's properly used, it's almost invincible.
Oh, yes! Another episode of In Godfrey We Trust. Oh, yeah, this is a beautiful thing. Let me tell you why. Because this is a very important episode. And I even started a little earlier. I'm usually late as shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm on goddamn time. Oh, you shut your face. As you can see there, we brought you're a legend, man. Legendary hip-hop. You are hip-hop. You goddamn right.
Show your love.
Yeah.
Show your love.
Are you ready?
Show your love.
Show your love for the one and only Redman.
Yes,
Redman,
sir.
what's happening, man?
Ding, ding, what's good, brother?
What is happening?
Everything.
God, and you know what, Redman? You look amazing. You look like a yoga teacher.
Hey.
You look so lean and
Hey, I
mean.
look at myself in. Oh,
You look like a little boy. You look like a little boy.
Yo, I brush my teeth with baking soda and peroxide. That's what helps it.
You know what?
That's what helps it.
He knows.
Big facts.
He knows the healthy
Yes.
shit. You know what I love too, man? The fact that so many like hip hop artists are getting into the health thing. Everybody's getting into the health thing. Because when we come into this age, with black men especially,
They be dropping.
like flies. You know what I mean? And I
Big
love
facts.
this. So first of all, what did you do to change your whole lifestyle as far as physically? What did you start? Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, it starts by healing.
Yes.
Healing is everything.
Yes.
Healing your spirit, healing your mental.
Yeah.
Healing your soul, healing your heart.
Yes.
And that plays a part for your outer look.
Yes.
You got to heal inside to bring that outer look out. You know,
Yeah.
the best of you.
Yes. Yes.
So once I started getting that down, then me physically, I always been a physical dude. Like I'm always in the park. I'm not a gym dude. I'm a calisthenic dude. Hey, that's my cab already. All right, thank you, Godfrey. Yo, thank you all for having me. Yo,
Thank you.
yeah,
At least he showed up.
Good night. Yeah, but I just had to heal a lot, brother, and
Yes,
I'm
sir.
in a better mental space,
Yeah.
and I feel great.
And I watch your was it Red Gilla?
Yeah, Redman Gilla.
I've been watching your account for a long time, and I was like, oh wow, he's talking about spirituality, because you were saying, man, I'm not into all this. I'm into healing myself. I say, wow, right? And so I was like, he's really getting into this shit. Did you change your dietary?
Absolutely. Diet is the biggest part of it. And I mean, like, not just food, but what I was listening to, who I'm around, what I'm observing, what I'm watching.
Yeah.
Consuming.
Like,
whatever
yeah,
you're
exactly.
consuming.
So I want to make that very clear. That's a part of your diet, people. What you're watching, who you're around, what you're taking in. That's part of your diet. So that was the main thing besides food. Like, food, I've always been good. But it was that diet of watching, like, you know, especially like me and sis, matter of fact, we fast from social media like 2 or 3 months out the year.
That's
Like,
beautiful.
no social media. We just turn it off. We leave it down and we get into ourselves. Then we come back on social media.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I got my IG deactivated, so I have to stay on it until I can build it back up. They shut me down. I was at 834,000
Wow, it
for just
happens.
talking shit. And they do it to a lot of black creators.
Well, you know, we've gotten shadow banned.
Lots shadow banning, lots of black creators. A lot of times they shut us down, but people can go, nigga this, nigga that, you fucking, and they don't get canceled. But I have to be on my social media because I got to rebuild again. But that's great. You didn't turn vegetarian, did you?
No, not at all.
Fuck that.
I mean, a little bit like I'm like a pescatarian. I eat fish.
Fish is wonderful.
Yeah, fish and lean turkey. That's it.
Lean turkey. See,
Yeah.
this is a,
That's it. That's
and,
it.
And you know what's so funny? Because knowing you from college, listening to your first album, the album with the red hand,
Exactly.
that was fuck. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then you going and working with Eric Sermon, Hit Squad.
Exactly.
The Hit Squad. Are you doing anything again with the Hit Squad and Eric Sermon or no?
Well, me, Keith, and E, we always connected.
Yes.
It's up to E. Like me and Keith always tell E, yo, when you ready, yo, call us, bro. We
Need
here.
another hit. God, are you kidding me?
That'll be fun.
Yes.
Bringing K Solo back, my brother.
Are you related to K Solo?
No, but that's my brother in spirit because we born on the same day. We kind of look alike.
Wow.
And we talk every day. We talk every day.
Every
still.
day.
Yeah, man.
What
yeah,
are
that's
them-
my big bro.
Talk about another Spellbound, that album. I still got Spellbound, that album. And I was like, are they related? I go, and what a, especially during the Headbanger.
Big facts.
You guys had the coldest shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And I said, because we talk, everybody, every time they always say, who's your favorite rapper? And it's always the same. I said, Redman. I got Redman. Like, my top Redman.
Ding, 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 ding,
Underrated.
ding, ding,
Someone
ding,
said
ding,
you're not
ding,
underrated.
ding,
You
ding.
are underrated. Underrated not meaning your skill, but they don't always bring you up. I go,
Yeah, but when you go top 10 and you say Redman, nobody argues with you.
they can't, even if
nobody
you said
will,
top
nobody
three.
will be like, get that's crazy. They be like,
But you were always undergroundish, and you kind of
Right.
like that, didn't you?
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
You never was a big, because you always, in a lot of your rhymes, you were talking about they don't fucking play me on the radio. Fuck them. I'm doing my shit, Brick
Exactly.
City, whatever. And I said, let me tell you one line that made him one of the greatest. When you said, wicked with the styles, you think I have cerebral palsy. Like, because I freak the styles crazy. Lullaby, you stupid ass.
Rock-a-bye,
I said,
baby.
fuck are you talking about? Fuck are you talking about? And still holding my jewels.
Exactly.
The headbanger.
Exactly.
Ah! Why did you call yourself the Funk Dr. Spot?
I don't know, the funk, bro. Like, yo, the tutelage from Eric Sermon.
Yes.
And learning about more putting tracks together and
Yes.
rocking over funk tracks. And E is called a funk lord, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? And me, I was just like, call myself Funk Dr. Spot and I shortened it down to like Funk Doc.
Funk Doc.
Yeah, it sounds cool. It got a ring to it, like Funk Doc, yo, Funk Doc.
Yes.
Now, and then my friends, they just call me Doc. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and you know what? And then I noticed you have a lot of us do. We love Parliament Funk. You copied their one album with your head out the ground. What's the album with the
Funkadelic.
Funkadelic.
Yeah.
And so you have a big influence of
Exactly.
of George Clinton. Then in your Malpractice, you put George Clinton, that
On the
cold
track.
ass
Yes.
song that you got.
Yes.
With George Clinton.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, this dude.
Yeah.
The shit that you got on your album, I go, you got to
It's
listen
authentic.
to Redman albums.
It's authentic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You're not going to hear it on the radio.
Yeah.
But you know what? We came from that era where we supported the singles.
Yes.
But remember, in the 90s, it was about that B-side.
Yes.
It was about
Yeah.
playing that B-side, not the single, but the record that's on back.
Oh,
of
the back of the shit.
Yeah, that's always aggressive. So
Yeah.
I always wanted to just have an album full of those with the singles for business and
Yes,
stuff like that.
of course.
But a gang of banger B-sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I watch, what is the one when Eric Sermon went solo
Right.
on his first album, and there's the one where you're in that video and you have your hat down and you kind of look K Solo-ish.
Yeah.
You coming in
When he did the video in Atlanta?
Doom.
Yeah.
And you come in like,
Yeah.
you are not that dude anymore. You were that dude, because I saw you on Vlad and you did an interview where you said, and this is a really funny story, where MC Hammer approached you and your crew because you talked about his mama on one of the tracks.
Yes.
And that shit is real as fuck.
That shit is real.
MC Hammer is a real gangster.
MC Hammer don't play no games. I still say it to this day. Like, I know when I see him, he's gonna be like, yo, Doc, man, you crazy. But yo, it was just a real interesting happening. Like, when you, it just goes to show you can never judge a book by the cover.
Right.
And you got to get to know a person.
Yes.
And like I said in the Vlad interview, I respected Hammer so much that I had to talk about him, but in a good way. But he was not playing no fucking games. Yo.
And you said he came with 100 motherfuckers, and he said those 357 bitches
Yeah,
was there.
357, 357. Everybody was there.
And he said you said you were trapped. They were in the back,
In the back, in the front, in the driver's seat, everywhere, controlling the whole area. Be legit, everybody in the building.
And you, of all people, Brick City and the shit you talk about and your crew from Jersey, you said this was the first time I said, you know what, Mr. Hammer, I am sorry.
I'm sorry.
I apologize.
He said it.
That's just I was like, yo, Hammer, I'm sorry. I was like, nah, pardon, yo. He was like, cause he like the big bro. He was like, yo, young bro. He was talking to me in a more of a young bro kind of sense.
Yes.
Cause I was wilding and shit. So
Yeah.
But I did apologize though.
Yeah, okay.
But
That's
when I seen him out there in Oakland, I was like, Hammer. Yo, Godfrey, don't start no shit up here right now,
I swear
man.
to God,
I want to come back up here when I'm dropping my album and
no,
stuff,
of
man.
course.
and have
Please
some-
listen. You come back whenever
Yes,
the
bro.
fuck you want, bro.
Yes, bro.
You understand? You are one of my. I bump your shit all like okay on my Spotify, right? When my Spotify is not working, your album plays first, and then I get into Spotify. Your
It's the first joint.
it's the first joint. It's always your shit.
Get out of here.
I'm not even bullshitting you.
Damn, salute you.
I'm not. It's always
Salute
the
you.
Redman. When my shit's just playing on its own, it's your album, all the time. And the malpractice, people sleep on that.
Yeah.
That shit, that track with George Clinton. All right, you know what I'm saying. I'm telling people to go do a review of Redman's albums if you really about that. And if you are really about the rolling blunt, do you do the blunt rolling shit still?
You know what? I don't smoke as much as I used to. Little smoke.
No,
little
right,
3,
right.
4 hitter. quitter and
Right,
shit, but
okay.
No.
And who's this lovely lady sitting next to you here?
That's Sephida Artis-Mills. That's my sister. That's why we here.
And what is your relation to this man here?
This is my big brother, my
Okay.
mentor,
Big bro.
my partner in crime.
Yes.
Yes, so and you know, Mr. Global Noble now, since we're in the political space.
Global Noble.
Global Noble.
Yes.
Global
That's
Noble of
that's
culture.
It's the new character unlocks.
You both name is Reginald.
Yeah.
Both of your names are
His
Reginald.
name original?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Damn,
Here
man.
we go.
Damn, man.
I knew
big
he
man,
was gonna say something.
That's why this couch is so tight and everything, because, I mean, his name is Reginald, too.
And my middle name is Dante, which is most deaf.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
What's your last name, though?
Nero.
Means black in Italian.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like Nero,
Mr.
King
Nero.
Nero.
Because
Always-
Reginald means king.
But you
Yeah,
got
exactly.
Noble, Reginald,
Yeah,
Noble.
Reginald. Yeah, I got a great name.
All your names.
Yeah, I got a
mean-
great name,
I'm
yeah.
Godfrey. God's gift of peace.
Yeah, exactly. That's strong name.
Do you any manage? Do you manage him? Do you? Are you an
No,
artist?
I don't manage him.
You're an artist?
I manage a lot of stuff on the cannabis side, but Ellis is his manager. So shout out to Ellis.
Shout out
No,
to-
but let's
Yeah.
cut the modesty up.
Oh
like
my
right,
gosh.
like
Yes.
first of all, why we really here is
Yeah.
God, because we started a political party.
Okay.
And we're no different from the Republican Party
Okay.
or the Democratic Party.
Okay.
We're the first of its kind cannabis party.
Okay.
And which means we can put someone in the president's chair one day. She is the president of the United Empowerment Party. She is the president.
Okay.
And she is making a lot of noise in the cannabis industry right now. And we are here to talk about descheduling cannabis and how
Well, talk about it.
how important it is.
Hell, I have a reason to vote now.
Do you smoke?
I tried.
How did it
Mike
go,
back there
Godfrey?
is hitting it right now.
Good for you.
They get smoked
Good
right
for this
now.
guy.
I know
Mike,
that's right.
this whole crew is all about the cannabis.
Hey.
He's always smoking good cannabis. He's a cannabis expert, Mike, down there, right there. Go ahead. What are you gonna say, Mike?
I was just saying, when fans give Godfrey weed, he comes back here and gives it to me.
So give Mike
As
the
you
weed.
should
Got
take
it.
But if you give me weed, I will try it.
Oh shit! Next time I will.
I'm serious.
Next time
He
I will.
gets a lot of
yeah,
it,
I'm gonna bring you a nice package.
I tried because I never understood. I tried to do the weed thing, and I never understood when you would like someone say, "Yo, man, I want you to try this," and they'll smoke it, and they're like, and then they pass it to me. I go, "You just had bronchial problems.
Exactly.
Why would I want that?" I thought that weed would be smooth. It doesn't make you cough.
I try
It
to get you to
does.
smoke crumble.
Certain ones,
buds, yeah.
I'd rather that than be. I don't get that. You know what I
You
mean?
don't want to be smoking after another motherfucker these days, too.
That's the disgusting part because the end is wet.
exactly.
It's a little disgusting.
It's not
I
the
stopped
best.
sharing blunts 20 plus years
Oh,
ago.
did you?
Yes, sir. If a
Yeah.
person want to smoke with me, I give them some bud to roll.
To roll their own shit.
Yeah, that is the proper way
Right,
to do it.
right. Because You smoke, right?
But I do crumble and concentrate.
Like concentrates, yes.
And like I do a Puffco or something like that, which is
Like the diamonds.
yeah.
So look at these experts.
It's cleaner. for me.
So in a diamond. Let's take a second to talk to you about our newest sponsor, a company everyone has been loving here around the office, the all-natural smoking wrap company, King Palm. A leader in the smoking industry with their tobacco-free Palm blunt wraps, King Palm is proud that their wraps are the cleanest and most fresh in the industry. Their staple product is an empty leaf tube with a pre-installed filter tip. There's no need to lick it and roll it. All you need to do is pack it with the finest legal herbs of your choice. In addition to the leaf tubes, they also have a huge line of the popular terpene-infused flavor palm rolls. The cool thing about the flavor palm rolls is the capsule in the filter tip, so you can activate the flavor anytime during your smoke with a simple squeeze and pop. They offer rollable wraps, hemp cones, and all the essential smoking accessories you could ever need. Super smooth smoke, easy to use, and you can order them at kingpalm.com, your local smoke shop, and even at any 7-Eleven. King Palm was the pioneer of the natural leaf wrap, and now they're one of the best-selling brands in smoke shops across America. Check them out on socials and use our discount code Godfrey for 20% off at thekingpalm.com. This is the perfect product to add to your smoking lineup. See the full lineup of products at kingpalm.com, and don't forget to use promo code Godfrey. Take the natural path with King Palm. So the fact that it's legal now, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't there a danger now? Because, this government always starts to lace shit and get it all fucked up when it's all commercial. Or no, what is that? Are you fighting against any of that? Because who knows?
So we're fighting against the reschedule. So what happened about close to 2 weeks ago was that the DEA supposedly approved the recommendation from the Health and Human Services Administration, which recommended cannabis to be rescheduled to a Schedule 3.
What is that? I don't understand.
So a Schedule 3 is a lesser schedule because cannabis is a Schedule 1 controlled substance, which means
a Schedule 1?
A Schedule 1. So it's up there with heroin, cocaine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Damn. What?
Right.
Exactly.
A plant. Yes.
It's been that way for like years, for decades.
Uh-huh.
Ever since the Controlled Substances Act. Yes.
Right.
But you have, so when they were trying to make it legal, you had all of the conservatives who were against it all these years, and then when it became a business opportunity, you had all these conservatives who jumped on the bandwagon, and all the brothers and brown people who got locked up,
Right.
on long bids for a joint.
Yeah.
Did they at least give those people an opportunity to get into the business or did they not, or how does that?
So it's different depending on what state you're in, which is also a big issue and why we need to deschedule, because every state has different laws and they have different regulations. Every state has a regulatory authority that governs cannabis in that state. So there's some states where they won't allow, if they have a criminal record, they're not allowed to participate or even to consume. So it just depends on what state that you're in.
Were some states given an allowance to the people who were victimized, the brown people were victimized in terms of, the schedulization of marijuana and mass incarceration?
Right.
And stuff
Well,
like
that was the plan. How cannabis, because we don't say marijuana.
Oh, that's the wrong. Is that derogatory? To say marijuana
because
of the
of
history
what
of
that
it.
word, how that word was weaponized against black and brown people.
Of course,
so that's why we don't use marijuana.
So it was always against us, and
Yes.
now white dudes get to open up all kind of shit when they were putting black people in jail for the same bullshit, right?
And
I've gone to the conventions, and the conventions is nothing but white conservative dudes in
Isn't that
suits
isn't that amazing?
that are investing in this and creating whole plantations and stuff.
Yes, they
and
are.
They're heavy into it.
Yeah, the industry is predominantly white men that
They always find a way.
And the people
cannabis.
who,
And that's
who
just a
criminalized
fact.
it. Yeah,
That's just
and they
a
were the
fact.
ones that were criminalizing it in the first place.
Yeah.
So the whole reason why cannabis is legal is because of medical. And shout out to all the advocates, especially mothers that advocated for cannabis for their children, because there were women who had children that had conditions like epilepsy, and they were fighting to be able to use cannabis for their children because it was the only thing that worked. So these advocates pushed to be able to use cannabis, and some of them even moved their families to Colorado, California,
Okay.
where they would be able to give the cannabis to their children. And because of all of that advocacy, people fighting for so long, that is how medical came into the equation. There wasn't adult use at first. It was just medical. Adult use is considered the rec market.
Okay.
But it was medical first. That's what got us in the door. But then they started doing adult use in multiple states. And now you have this whole divide between both. And you still have restrictions, even though it's legal. So it's still federally illegal, which is why we need to get it descheduled.
Right.
Wow. So that's why you're running.
Yeah.
You're running for office?
No. One thing we're not.
No,
one thing we're not. Look.
Redman.
Don't get me
Somebody
shot
there,
already. You know what I mean? No. One thing we're not doing is getting involved in the political game of what like Washington's doing. We're just literally fighting for the plant. Okay. And that is the goal, fighting for the plant, meaning freeing the plant. Yeah. Since it's been on Schedule 1 so long, now they're trying to reschedule it to 3, which would not let any prisoners out that have been incarcerated for the plant,
Right.
and which would not change. It actually opened the doors for more commercial businesses to have more opportunity, as far as CVS and Walgreens.
Right.
It had allowed them to possibly sell it over the counter one day. And my thing is, I was thinking about this too, sis, on the way here. It's like, it's not like we're trying to fight against, the political figures about freeing this plant. Let's not fight. Let's work together. Let's talk how we can both benefit off the plant and helping more people.
Yeah.
But putting it on a Schedule 3 is just tying it in more to more having, what's that, prescriptions? It'd be more
And I'll
prescriptional.
explain that.
Yeah.
So rescheduling to a 3, all Schedule 3 drugs have to be prescribed.
Right.
So if you think about what the current cannabis market is, if it has to be prescribed, you're not getting flower. You're going to get cannabis in a pill. That's practically what we would be looking at. And you would need to have a DEA license in order to be able to distribute cannabis. So you have to be a pharmacist. You have to have a DEA license. And of course, every prescription that's written is tracked. So where does that leave a dispensary? A dispensary owner, a bud tender, the license, it could completely eliminate the adult use market because they wouldn't have the qualifications to obtain
And
a
the
DEA
only
license.
people that would be available to is Big Pharma. So
Yeah,
they would
the
have all
FDA would
So
be
Big
in control
Pharma's
of the
trying to
whole
take
process.
over.
And
Basically.
And you would still be able to keep black folks in jail.
yeah, because it
was-
wouldn't be federally decriminalized. So if you deschedule cannabis, 2 things we know for sure will happen is that it's no longer federally illegal.
Right.
And it's federally decriminalized because it's not a Schedule 1 anymore.
Exactly.
So instead of moving it to a lesser schedule, it just needs to be completely removed from scheduling altogether because it's not a drug, it's a plant medicine.
And this is all just to keep black people in jail. That's all it is.
They've been using it for years, right?
Yeah.
Definitely
It's
was
all
a
to
tool.
keep us in jail, to shut us down. They're always moving laws to fuck us at every possible way. Because even the CIA, what's his name? J. Edgar Hoover said the biggest threat to American freedom is Negro progress. That's what
cannabis.
That's what he said.
Initially was perceived as a drug that black people used. And it was, and so it was like the jazz, they used to call it jazz cabbage and stuff like that. So it was a way to incarcerate black people in the first place. I was just wondering, I heard that there's also something where cannabis is used for CTE, for head wounds with a lot of the football players in a medical, a medical capacity as well to treat that. And I'm wondering if they do get it classified as legally, fully legal, do all of these people that have been put in jail, do they get
Right.
Do they get
Well,
released?
that would be something. Of course, it's going to be a process, but because it would no longer be federally, criminalized, and that it would be fully legal, then that would be one of the first steps that they would need to do is to release all the cannabis prisoners because make no mistake, people are still going to jail for cannabis, even in legal states.
Still.
So there are still restrictions on how much you can carry on your person. So if you break those laws, you'll still go to jail, especially in states like Louisiana where we're 7 times more likely to be arrested than anyone else. And it's the same way in other states that are legal.
So they
also.
waiting. Oh,
Exactly. But here's the thing, though. The cannabis industry is like $1 billion industry.
Yeah, of course.
Like
Multi-billion, yes.
Multi-billion. And we're no different from the tobacco or the alcohol industry.
Yeah.
That's our job as UEP. We trying to galvanize everyone to get under one umbrella so we can make and formulate our own rules and regulations.
Okay.
Because we have no one doing it right now.
Right.
It's just a loose game. And like
Okay.
my man said over here, like we come to these conventions. You said you've been to a convention, right?
Yeah.
And you see the
It's nothing but conservative white
yeah, exactly.
We're not even in that space on a business.
We
level.
are, but we're not in there enough.
Right.
Yeah, it's
And
not
the,
a lot
and,
of
the,
us.
and the thing is that we come to these conventions and we come to these kind of get-togethers for
Yeah.
cannabis, and we don't come up with solutions. We're showing a lot of product. We're showing what our grow is, what's our next biggest machinery for us operating in cannabis is going to be new. But we never talk about solutions. So that's what UEP is about. We really about just galvanizing the people under one umbrella so we can
Yes.
come up with solutions. It's like we don't own it. We just founded it and we started it. But a party, no one can own. A party means everyone. So if anyone wants to tune in and fight what we're
Yes.
doing far
Tell
as descheduling cannabis, tap in on UnitedEmpowermentParty.org.
We got
See
the
what-
QR code.
Yeah, see what we doing. Like hit the QR code, see what we doing. But the time is now. Like I don't want to waste no time. Like just speaking on because everyone got statistics about the cannabis
Yeah,
industry,
right.
But no one has solutions. And what my sister's talking about now, she's giving you the pros and cons of descheduling and rescheduling, and that's what's happening now. And we need to move now because how long do we got before they over?
So it's a 60-day review period,
Right.
And it was April 30th that decision came out. So we're running on a clock. So
Yeah.
it's supposed to be a 60-day review where the Biden administration has to review if they're going to approve it or move forward. And
Right.
then during that 60 days, there's a comment period where people are supposed to be commenting and saying whether they're in favor of it or they're not in favor of it. So what we did, we went and started a petition within 24 hours of that decision coming out and it pretty much being everywhere. That's been the talk all over social media. And so we started a petition and we're right now at 6,525.
How many do you need?
signatures. We need
Signatures?
100,000.
Damn.
Yes.
Why?
As soon as possible, but
as possible.
definitely before the November elections. We definitely want it
You
before.
need 100,000 signatures.
Yes.
So the link's going to be at the top of the description. Click it. You don't have to sign up for anything. You just write your name
Everybody that's watching, sign it right now.
on it. It took me less than
Big
30
facts.
seconds.
It took you less than 30 seconds to sign
Just
it.
now, yeah.
Yes, thank you, Mike.
Now, how is
Yes.
Biden? I mean, because I know that the Trump's plan for 2025 is to recriminalize. He in his plan, if he gets elected, he's saying he's going to recriminalize cannabis. And how has Biden come? I know because he was talking about making it legal across the board.
Right.
That was one of his platforms. How is that looking on the political?
Yeah.
aspect of that?
Well, that's the whole point. In our petition, we say keep your promise because you did promise that you were going to legalize it. We still have not seen it done. Both him and Kamala Harris have both stated that no one should be in prison for cannabis.
Right.
Then what are you
Right.
doing about it?
Doing nothing.
There are people who are still in prison, and while people are making billions of dollars off of this industry, and it's people sitting in prison right now for life,
Big facts.
40 years, 25
Because
years.
of weed.
Yes, for nonviolent cannabis offenses.
But let's also keep in mind that the Republican side has said that they are going to recriminalize it.
And
so
listen-
we're trying to get Biden
Yeah.
and them to keep their promise.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
All these politicians make a promise, and they make these promises when, especially during election time, right?
Of course.
So they make these promises and don't keep it because no one is holding them accountable.
Absolutely. Right.
Because we're even though we're a multi-billion-dollar industry, they know we don't have our shit together in layman terms.
Yeah, that's true.
So they use the industry as a stepping stone all the time for election, and then when they get into office, they do nothing, and that's where we come in.
Right.
And there's powers in numbers.
Yes.
So if they see the growth of another party that can possibly have someone run against them, they're going to start looking at what we're doing and seeing the work that we're doing and how we're really fighting for cannabis. So we're here to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
You know, we want to let you guys know that's our job. You want to join the fight. You want to join what we're doing. We're holding people accountable.
Yeah.
We're fighting for the plant. We're freeing the plant.
Yeah.
And we want to control the fabric of the cannabis industry and not get ran over by, big pharma.
business,
You know.
But Red, I think there's a distinction that has to be made where one party is saying we are going to criminalize it and put black people in, and another party is saying we want to legalize it and we have to still hold them accountable. But what I'm saying on the other side, there's no promise. What they're promising is to criminalize it and put more brown people in prison.
Yeah. Right.
So I think you have to kind of be clear about the fact. I mean, and I get it that this is not you don't want to take a political aspect, but it is a political decision. When you're talking about one party that's saying, we want to do this and we have to hold them accountable, as opposed to the other party who is saying, we will not do this. Not only that, we're going to criminalize the cannabis, the plant itself, and we're going to give qualified immunity to the police officers who can lock up brown and black people all the time. And so when we're talking about Biden, he don't know where he's at, and there's clearly a different distinction between one party and the other and where it is. And yes, we got to hold them accountable, but we're not even getting a promise. In fact, we're getting an opposing promise from.
So what are we? Are you voting for Biden? What are we doing?
I don't know how you could not.
So, well,
it's absurd.
But after what they've promised, the Republicans, I'm saying.
What I'm saying is the conservative party is saying.
No. I know that's what I'm saying.
But you can't go. But if you go. Are we voting for? It's the absurdness of asking that question is you have people who want to criminalize and put brown people in jail.
So we should just be voting for Biden.
Absolutely.
So what are you guys? What are you guys doing?
I want people to educate themselves on the candidates and their platform.
Yes.
Do not vote for people just based off of party affiliation. That's what the majority of people do. The majority of people voting, they don't even pay attention to who. They just see Democrat or Republican, and they will literally check the box for whatever party they affiliate with. It's the individual. If you do your research and look at the bills that they have supported and that they have written, that they have sponsored, that may have taken money out of public education, that may have gone against, having universal health care, whatever the case may be, look at what they've supported and look at their track record in their history and vote on the people that actually do serve your community and that are doing good. Are they perfect? Absolutely not. But we still, as a people, have the power to hold them accountable because we vote for them.
Exactly. Yeah, of course.
And what we do know for sure with numbers, I don't care what, we can name a list of movements that because it had massive numbers, there was a lot of change behind it because for one thing we know they understand is numbers, whether it's money or people.
No doubt.
People equal votes.
That's right.
Yes.
So if you have the people and you have the power to swing an election or shift votes in any direction, now that's how you really wield political power.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to galvanize people to do, to make sure that they understand, they're civically engaged, they understand the process, and that we're educating them on these are the candidates, this is what this candidate stands on, this is what that candidate stands on.
Yeah.
Who are you voting for based off of their history and what they've done?
That's right. And at the end of the day, our job, far as you mentioning they're not letting black and brown in, we have to let ourselves in. And the way we do that is educating ourselves about the cannabis industry. I would say stop running after the typical. It's not easy running a dispensary. Everyone has their eyes on the dispensary. There are so many different opportunities and different occupations you could be doing in this cannabis industry besides running a dispensary. We have to educate ourselves to move in with our own business the correct way and sustain it. The reason we created our program in New Jersey called the Technical Assistance Program. And this program allows anyone to join the program, learn the ins and outs and the basics about the cannabis industry and growing, all you need to know to sustain your own license. And we also give a grant from $150,000 to $250,000 to each person that joins the program.
Yeah.
And we just had our first graduating class last week of
in
like
New
maybe
Jersey.
44 people in New Jersey, and each of these people are getting $150,000 towards their business.
Wow.
See, it's a lot of programs that set a lot of brown and black people up for failure.
Yes.
To not succeed.
Of course.
Give
They're
them the whole,
they're throwing
them into it
for
without
example,
giving them
that
the support.
that program that they was doing in New York, where they was giving licenses to people who came from incarceration.
Right.
But they knew they wouldn't know how to sustain the business
course.
and the license, so
Of
they
course.
throw it to them for that social equity word.
And they didn't
Of
have
course.
the
Yeah,
support.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then they know they're going to fail and take it right back.
Yes.
So we have to be smart on how we do business, period. Black and brown people.
Yes.
Educate yourself and educate yourself on this cannabis industry, because you can make a good living off of it.
Sure.
But so many people is doing it. You got to be unique. You got to have a style. You got to know your shit, in other words.
A lot of Latinos involved. Also, you getting a lot of Latinos coming together
Yeah.
too. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just that, you
Yeah,
know?
we need everybody. The difference with United Empowerment Party is that we're really, I mean, it's in the name. We're uniting people and we're empowering them at the same time by educating them so that they understand the industry, so they understand the plant, because it's more than just smoking. It's more than, the typical use of the plant. There's so many medicinal properties and uses for the cannabis plant. So educating people, and then also telling people, you have transferable skills that you can place in the ancillary side of cannabis, which is basically non-plant touching. So you have technology, you have software, you have education, training, you have things that you can do that you can
Exactly.
transfer right into the cannabis space that we need, because workforce development is still not there yet.
Right.
We need people to fill those jobs, so we have to look at all the different ways that people can come into the industry. And
How about
participate.
or how about working a financial situation on banking
Yes.
for
Well, let me.
cannabis?
Could you speak to, because I know there's a few mutual funds that are investing in cannabis, specifically cannabis markets. I don't know if you're familiar with that stuff, the mutual funds and stuff where
And venture capital.
yeah.
There are some that are investing in cannabis, and there's not a whole lot of companies that do lend to cannabis businesses, but they are out there, and that's another sector that people can jump into. If it's a group of people that have money, you can collaborate and create, a hedge fund that can invest in cannabis businesses, especially for those that are black and brown that don't get the opportunity, because with it being federally illegal, we still don't have banking. The Safe Banking Act has passed how many times, and we still
It's the same
we still have
old
the
story.
same issue, because
It's the same
it
old
depends
story.
on whose bill is being proposed and who's going to support it. So it's constantly going back to the drawing board and them trying to figure that out. So it's not like it's widespread for people to get access to capital as it is, but then to also not get access to banking and the limited banking resources people have. Your account could be closed with no notice, and then you have to go find another account, or you have to find another merchant that is going to allow you to process, credit cards or whatever, which that's something people can't do either, because it's still federally illegal, and Visa, they don't participate in cannabis.
right.
So it's a lot. It's a lot to process. It's a lot of information, but we want people to be educated, and we want people to understand. Stop trying to compete with each other. Collaborate.
That's where it's at.
I mean, it's just because everything you're saying is it's just no different than entertainment. Sticking together is but they always knew that. They trained us to be divisive. They trained us, and they said once you train a person's mentality, you can leave them alone and they'll fuck everything up. You know what I mean? They left us to our own devices, and they said we got them hating each other. That's how they fucked up the Black Panther Party. They fucked up SNCC. They fucked up all of that shit. And it's the same with cannabis. It's all the same shit. It's the same tactics that white men use, this government uses to destroy us. And all we need to do is get 100,000 fucking signatures.
Yes.
That's it.
All you motherfuckers that write on the walls and fuck up walls, why don't you take that and put it on a fucking pen and put your name instead of throwing it on a fucking wall?
You can do it on your phone.
Yeah, you can do.
Yeah.
You can
big
do.
facts.
It
Yeah,
takes.
QR code.
It takes. How's the chat? How's the chat?
Chat's going wild. We have almost 1,000 people in the chat. It's great.
Shout
Everybody,
out to the 1,000 people. in the chat.
everybody on the chat
Signing the petition.
should
Shout
be
out to the
signing
chat.
the petition.
Absolutely.
Not hard. You sit there trolling motherfuckers. Why don't you spend that same energy signing? We could just get 100,000. That should be nothing.
It really should be
Nothing.
that. And it's either you're going to continue to allow people to govern and control everything about your life without you getting a say-so, or you're going to do something about it. There's a lot of decisions that are made because nobody says anything, because nobody goes to the city council
Because
meetings.
people
Nobody
are scared.
shows up.
Because it's here. I understand. People are scared. They don't know. Like, he is really politically aware. This fucker knows his shit. And it's just, not everybody knows their shit. You're afraid.
Yeah, we
You think you're
understand
going to
that.
get up there and not know anything. They'll be like, do you know Law 5289? No.
No, but that's why we educate people and we'll simplify it for them. This
Yes.
is the whole. We'll go I'll go live. I'll go to different conferences. Like, we simplify it as much as possible
Yes.
for people, because
To
we can't
understand.
keep talking to each other. For those of us that know, that's great. We
right.
can talk to each other. We need to be talking to the community.
You having
We need to be talking
seminars?
to the
You have
people who don't
seminars?
know.
You have like
Yes,
seminars?
they have panel discussions. You have so many of us even thinking about New York City. There's a lot of us that are in positions of power. The director of Cannabis NYC, Dashida Dawson, that's a black woman. Well, he's not going to be the executive director anymore, but Chris Alexander, he was the first black man to ever get that position as a regulator, in cannabis. And there's so many more that are there making change. And there's a lot of other individuals, who don't look like us, who are also aligned with us. and who are definitely-
whatever.
Exactly.
As long as you
and that's
can.
what we're saying. We
Hey,
want
remember,
everybody.
it's listen, here's another problem. When you have like black people who have a company, they think, is it just black? No, man. It just happened to be black. They think
Right.
my podcast is a black I go, motherfucker, no. But a white dude, you just call it a podcast. I go, it's just a podcast. It's just us, but it's
Right.
everybody's welcome. That's how they took
Absolutely.
over Africa. We let everyone in.
Right.
So it's no different.
Yeah,
It's no
thank
different.
you. Thank you for saying that,
No,
Godfrey.
but you know what I'm saying. Like, when they see that, they don't
we also got to
understand.
push back on the fact that we say that black people don't stick together and this and that. Like,
It's true.
Sephida and I have been talking about this, trying to make this happen for weeks. And this is a black. Yes, it is a podcast, but it is a Afrocentric base.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't Afrocentric, meaning everyone.
But what I'm saying is the narrative that we keep saying that black people aren't this. You're here on a black platform. You're black, talking about the advocacy for cannabis. We had Malik Yoba here. He was talking about real estate development, and there are so the fact that we keep saying that black people ain't doing this and we don't got our shit together is not the truth. We are getting us. This right here, this collabo right here is
It
proof
all
that it's
s-
happening.
But when he says that we don't have our things together, he's talking about the cannabis industry. But I get
just
what
saying
you're
that the
saying.
narrative in general is
Well,
we don't get nothing together.
It all starts from healing. I can't explain this enough.
He's right. He's right. Go
It
ahead.
starts from here.
Yes.
Everything else will fall into place when you get your soul and spirit right, and not afraid to be vulnerable, to ask questions, be accountable, be
Right.
transparent. Say,
right.
okay, I don't know. Don't be afraid.
right.
It's because of the social media world we're living in and teaching people how to control their soul. That's why we need to break the generational ignorance of thinking that we can't come together as
Absolutely.
one.
Yeah.
And we can, no matter who you are. First of all, we got to just stop stamping it just black, black, black. If we just say we want the people who
Yes.
walk with the fruit of life. No matter if your green came from outer space, if you walk with the fruit of life of love,
that's right.
respect,
That's right.
peace,
That's right.
family,
That's right.
then join the movement and let's walk together.
Period.
But we must break that generational ignorance and we need to start healing.
So
Yeah.
we want to be on this. We want to be on this mission with you guys. Word
Yes,
up.
welcome.
For
I
real.
would love for you to.
Now, Red, would you ever think of throwing your hat in politically at all? Is that
You know what? Listen, my boy, and I don't understand why he hasn't been up here yet. Do It All Do from Newark, New Jersey, from Lords of the Underground.
Whenever. Lords of the Underground.
Yeah, Lords of the Underground, right?
He's a city councilman.
Chief
in
Rock.
Newark, New
Yeah, exactly.
Jersey.
So here's the thing. Like,
Shout out to
that's been my boy for like over since we was like 13, 14 years old, right?
Wow.
And we always talked about a dream of doing things in our city. And he decided to run for councilman, and he made history by being the first rap artist to hold a political position.
Crazy.
And
That's
that's one of the reasons, like, I'm gonna tell you some real shit, Godfrey. I don't do nobody podcast. Sis will tell you. You don't see me on no podcast.
I don't ever see you.
No.
I know.
I never see you. The
I
fact
came
that
up here
came there.
because you're a good dude. That's why I was like, I'm gonna come stamp with my boy, bro.
Man, I
But
appreciate that, man.
I'm not tuned into social media as much, and one of those reasons was because of my boy Do It All Do. We was doing so much work in our city, and we was laying a blueprint
Yes.
for other cities to look
Yes.
at. Far as if you want to make a change in your community, you got to be more than just be a part of your community. You got to be a part of where the change is coming from. And the change is coming from City Hall. The change is coming from city officials.
Yeah.
So why not put someone in there so we can really tap in and see where
Local
money is
elections.
going for education, for community development, and so on. So my boy Do It All Do decided to take that initiative, and he is the first rap artist to become a councilman in Newark, New Jersey of our ward. And we're getting our ward together. So
That's
you know,
so dope.
and he made history with that, bro. So, you know, shout out to my boy doing back to the question of being political. That was like my first kind of political running with him.
Right.
Yeah.
And seeing how the political world operate, and that shit is dangerous.
I tell people that all the time.
even him running for councilman, we witnessed some real really
toxic.
bury you in the ground, throw the dirt on your face while you breathing.
Wow.
Kind of shit. So even with this United Empowerment Party, just to let people know, I'm not trying to run for office or anything. I am
Right.
just we're trying to free the plant.
Right.
That is our main goal.
Right.
Is freeing the plant.
Wow. That's a politics.
Bringing the people together.
God
Bringing
bless
people
people
together,
that run
yeah.
for office, though. God bless them.
I know.
But also
It's a lot.
those local elections is where that's where we
That's
get
where the
school
work.
funding.
That's where the work
most
starts.
important.
But
in
what I
local
know,
politics.
the only thing I don't like sometimes is when I see like, and I'm from Chicago, which is the most politically corrupt city in the country. That's why it's called the Windy City. It's not.
Chi-town.
He's even brought up Windy City lines in his raps.
I love Chi-town.
Windy City.
Love Chi-town.
Windy City means the blowhards in politics. That's where the Windy City thing comes from. They blow so much shit up your ass. It's never, we had Blagojevich who tried to sell his. Jesse Jackson comes from out of there. Barack. That's why I knew Barack was going to win, because he comes from the most notorious political. That's why he never flinched. I go, he gonna win. He's been trained, and our city was run by an Irish mobster. It was Richard Daley. He was a straight up Irish gangster, and he put his son in right after him for another 20-something years. So, in Chicago's always been run by gangster shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, God bless people.
So
who
the
run for-
Untouchables was real.
Elliot Ness.
Yeah.
Dude, what's his name? Scarface. Al Capone left New York to go to Chicago to do his shit. That's for real. All of that, the vice lords and the disciples. My father taught on the West Side for 45 years as an educator. He taught some of these dudes, these gangbangers and shit. He did all kind of prison. My father did all that. He was in the system as an educator. Went Malcolm X College. My father taught. You know what I'm saying? So my mother was delivering babies from these fuckers. You know what I mean?
The immigrants, the Irish and Italian immigrants came in as criminals and mobsters,
No doubt.
and then educate and put themselves in politics and basically control the local politics. And so the importance of black people being involved in the local political system is how you move things. I mean,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just hate when they get on these school boards and then they take all the funding from different shit. And I go, wait a minute, didn't you go to school and you had a music program? You had all these after school programs, and now you're part of that and you're part of taking the money away from them? Go fuck yourself. I hate when they get in a position and we're like Clarence Thomas, for example, this fucking bozo. He came up on affirmative action and now he's part of getting rid of it. That type of shit. that type
Well,
of
and
fucking
this
coon
is,
shit.
This is why people need to be civically engaged locally.
Yes.
Local politics
Local
are always
politics,
the
yeah.
most
It's
important.
local always, but we think it's always
emphasize that.
we always think
people
it's the
only
big,
want to vote when it's a president that needs to be elected. But I'm like, you need to know who's electing your judges.
Yeah.
But
You need to know who your
propaganda
city
is so
council,
good,
assemblyman,
though.
all of that.
because even when you vote, when I like earlier when I was voting, like years ago when I was voting, you'd be like, who the fuck are these other people? And these are the people that are just the comptroller. I didn't know what the fuck what's a
but we-
comptroller?
Also-
And don't even know.
I don't even know. And if their name sounded black, I go Jackson.
Yeah, but we're also at a place right now where anything you want to know, you could Google it. Like,
Right.
so if you say, I don't know what the comptroller is, it's as easy as a Google. You don't have to go to the library.
No.
It's in your phone, the Library of Congress. And so when we don't know these things, it's intentional ignorance.
No, of course.
And so it's easy to do. We were talking about Biden, and he was like, well, what about Biden? Because he's not really. I said, Google it. And then we talked
all the stuff that he did.
130 plans that were specifically pointed at minorities and African Americans that Biden did. And you want to talk, they want to talk about that he stutters but you talking about another dude where they're right now on Supreme Court judges are deciding whether Trump has immunity for murdering his political opponents. And we're not even in this conversation. And I get that what the focus is freeing the plant, but we're talking about they're using that. They've used this to lock up black people.
Absolutely.
Specifically black people. We're not even, and I get the fact that you have to, you're going to have imperfect allies and people that want to be on this, but when we're looking at minorities in 2010, maybe not being minorities, and there's a white lash back to move it. They're having elections in the South about reinstating
Confederate names.
Confederate names in schools and stuff. This is all.
And slavery, right? Too. They were talking about. Oh, they still got the bill on whether in Mississippi whether they should hang black people. They're still deciding.
Yeah, the lynch bill.
They're still deciding whether they should hang us. Like I don't know, damn where.
I mean, they didn't ratify the 14th Amendment Emancipation Proclamation in Mississippi until 1997.
It's
like this. They weren't sure. They were like, the jury's still out. Let's see.
We're not sure.
These
Should we
things
hang
are
them?
really happening.
They're sick fucks because you got to remember. This is just white male dominance and their fear of anybody because the fact that the country is getting brown again, its original color. They're starting to freak out, and white male fragility. When they start snapping, they'll say, "Okay, well, we control the laws. Let's just start writing up crazy shit now. Slavery, let's think about bringing that back." That's what they do. They wake up and go, "Should we bring back slavery?" Well, if we all vote and it wins, we're bringing back slavery.
And we're going. We don't want to vote, and they're voting to instill these old.
But here's the trick, though: the fact that they do all this disappointing shit to us makes us not want to vote sometimes. And then they say, well, this shit is rigged anyway. Your vote doesn't count. So black people go, fuck it then.
Nobody's trying to if they're trying so hard to take your vote away
Then
from
that
it,
should tell
there's a
people
reason
something.
why they're
Right.
trying to take black people's vote.
Right.
Because it's important. If it wasn't important, they wouldn't be trying
Well,
to take
that's
it
why
away
they're
from
bringing
you.
all the migrants in now. Because they're trying to they want to make the black vote not count. That's why all these migrants are coming.
That
Has nothing to do with it? Because people were saying that it was
saying that's
all the Latinos coming in.
That's all bullshit. Nobody who's an immigrant can go and vote. That's a lie. That is a Republican talking, conservative talking.
So they won't give them their citizenship. They won't speed up their citizenship.
Nobody's who's
The laws always move when it comes to us.
There is nobody who is an immigrant who is getting the vote, and if they do vote, they're probably going to vote
Because
for us anyway.
Latinos are a better minority than us because we speak
They're
up for
not
our
a
shit.
everything
All the safe minorities get all the shit.
Every minority that's in this that has benefited from anything has done it because of the work of black people.
Of 1964 and the civil rights, no.
This day, everything that black people have that Latinos or any other immigrant has is because of black people, African Americans, in their fight to make it a bit.
But I thought it was the civil rights bill that
Yes,
black people
but-
fought for. That is why everybody can come in and open businesses in black communities and disrespect
No,
us.
that was the caveat to control black people after the Emancipation Proclamation.
Okay.
So we fought for the openness of allowing people in and to give people equal protection under the law. And then after that, it's just like Jim Crow, or just like black codes, or just like black people. You hear Republicans always talking about Social Security and welfare. Well, Social Security wasn't available to black people. Welfare wasn't
1970.
until after the equal protection under the law. They made a deal to pass Social Security, which is the safety net, the social safety net, and black people it wasn't available to black people until after the equal protection and they're trying to overturn that. So this idea of immigrants and this is just another way.
Distraction.
It's not true, and you can Google it. And not true.
So it's a distraction.
It is absolutely
Gotcha.
a distraction.
Well, that's what all the desperate measures of white fragility are showing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're panicking. It's like it's no different than what they did, and I call this the Tom Brady syndrome. The fact that black quarterbacks are increasing and coming around, and it's like the black quarterback is prominent. They were like, let's keep Tom Brady in for a while, give him some Super Bowls, protect him. You know what I'm saying? It's that frantic, oh shit. Now they want to own teams. Oh shit, you know what I mean? So they're always up to something.
You know, whenever you're in a situation where you have privilege, whenever equality happens, it feels like you're being disenfranchised. But the fact is that you could say and do whatever you want to do. You could disenfranchise black people, and the fact that we're fighting back. This is the last bastion of us fighting back, and these local elections and stuff, what you're talking about, and decriminalizing cannabis. These are all things they're putting in place because in the Constitution, Constitution allows slavery as long as you have a felony. It allowed under the Constitution, if you have a felony, you are considered a slave of the state.
Prison, yeah. and you know what? And this brings me to the state of hip hop, because a lot of these motherfuckers ain't talking about nothing other than this beef that I thought, hey, there's a beef with Drake and now it's like they're actually using fucking words, and it's like it seems like it's a little hip hoppy now. I think that they also use music to shut us around, because all this mumble shit. How do you feel as an actual real MC? How do you feel about the state of hip hop now? Just asking, as you are really good at it. Just want to know.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's still providing.
Okay.
It's still providing an average person off the street, especially of our culture, to come in this business and feed their family.
Yeah. Okay.
At the end of the day,
Totally agree.
So hip hop in general, the fabric, the mechanism of hip hop is still going. It's still supplying jobs.
Got you.
What's going on in it, far as the character of hip hop, far as the artists? I mean, you have some good ones, you have some dope ones. Just like in our era, a lot of people. I mean, our era was banging. Like our
Thank
era,
you.
Our era was a pivotal era.
I was about to
Our
say,
era was
bro.
a pivotal era.
Shit.
But at the end of the day, there were people saying, well, who are these guys that's coming in smoking blunts with Timberland boots and they pants hanging off their ass? We got talked about as well.
Yeah.
But the thing is that we showed up and showed out. It turned more into a business at the end of the day, and it's definitely generating more money than it did in our era.
Of course.
So I leave it as though, like, I let the young artists do their thing, let them figure it out. You can only make a change if you're in the game. You can't be sitting on the sidelines complaining about music, complaining about the state of hip hop, and you ain't dropping no music, or you ain't dropping anything to pull the fans to your view and say, wow, okay, he's doing some music. Because I always believe of action. I believe I will teach you through action, not just sitting around talking and comparing and shitting on the new era. I think the new era is doing their thing. They generating money. They having fun. They doing what we did. But you got to look at it this way too. It's a pro and a con to that. Like, a lot of people think, well, the new era, they complaining, but then again, it's leaving us room to still have shows and get work because a lot of people are tired of the music. So they like, let me tap back in and get
that's a good thing.
These 90s artists back on shows.
Which is beautiful.
And it's been heavy. It's been fantastic.
You are always, guys are,
big facts.
Every time I hear that, Redman and Meth are over at I said, what? Fuck, I missed it. They over at and Talib, Talib.
Oh, yeah, that's my dude.
Let me tell you, you want to talk about someone that will perform in a grocery store. I can't.
Sushi spot.
He'll call me, go, yo, God, where you at, man? Where you at? You know how he talk. He said, where you at, man? I said, I'm at blah, blah, blah. I'm there, right? I'm performing behind you. Like, what? I was at a fucking Apple store, Soho. Apple store, just trying to get some new Apple shit. They were like, ladies and gentlemen, are y'all ready for a concert? What? Ladies and gentlemen, Talib Kweli's on the table fucking performing.
Apple store?
At an Apple store.
That's crazy.
On Spring Street.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Rev, what do you think the difference of the mentality was then? Because you still got young dudes like Coast Contra, you got Griselda, dudes who are banging
Griselda,
lyricists and stuff who idolize y'all dudes. And so there's trash. Yes, there's trash, but there's always been trash. But what was the mentality at the time when you were doing what you were doing that there was this need to be original?
Yeah.
I think that's because of the era that I grew up in. Like I'm a Big Daddy Kane, Rakim,
that's all.
EPMD, all Salt and Pepper, Kid and Play. Those names, Biz Markie, like these names are like King Royal names that you can never forget. And with a name like that, they always say your name means everything. When you say your name, you got to say it with confidence, like who you are.
Yeah.
And those names rung out back then like that. That was my fabric to learn from. Right. So to be different, we had to not just stand out on the name, but our music and our sound and our character of who we are. That's why we had Keith Murray, Busta Rhymes, Wu-Tang, Tribe Called Quest. These are like monumental names. So that went along with how we think and what we put into the music and the energy we put into the music. We wanted to build not just a fan base, but a cult, a following. So in order to get that, you had to be different. You had to be original. You had to be authentic. You had to be, and if you think about it, like we ain't even reinvent the wheel. Like we ain't reinvent words and phrases. Everyone says the same thing as how we say it. And I think that we held that fabric and held on to that to learn from more than what's going on now. But like you said, like I said earlier, I think the new generation, the new era of hip hop, they doing their thing, they generating money, and there's artists in here that's doing great music. We just got to tap into them. But it's the outlets. It's so many outlets
the scope is
it's like what. Some DJ gave me a roundabout number of how many new songs that they get a year, and it was like way over the top.
Comparatively from when you were doing it.
Exactly.
Like what a percentage more is stuff out there than when you were?
Oh, I would say definitely like a 75% more to 80% more music because of the outlets.
The outlets,
Our outlets was MTV, BET, Video Music Box.
It's like a hub.
And we can put all those in one box.
And I remember waiting for the what to come out. Like,
I got that shit quick. And then my boy played it in college. I said, yo, play the Redman shit. He go, we was like,
album in stores on
Yeah. Yo, what about why Redman? Where'd that come from? Redman.
Because I'm a light skinned now.
I wondered. I said, is it because
that's
you're
what they call
light
my
Red
teeth
bone.
is white as hell. I ain't seen myself on TV in a while, because I ain't been doing no interviews. But like the kid is all right. No, but the name came from being light skinned in the hood.
That's what I thought.
I had actually red hair, and I was a little bit more redder when I was young, and I grew out of it.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like the light skinned dude in the fucking hood, so they called me red.
You know Deion Cole, right?
Yeah.
Deion Cole, I remember when he first got to New York City, right? I'm still in Chicago. We all came up at the same time. And we was at Bernie Mac's club because Bernie had the open mics for us. So, and Deion goes, yo, God, yo, come here, man. Guess who I met when I was in New York? Redman, dog. We were like, what? You met Redman? It was like, he was cool than a motherfucker.
That sounds like him. Wow.
And I met you and Method at the Improv on the Monday night Improv, that real the ghetto night, and that was it was a long time. And you guys came out and said, yeah, you was mad for. I was like, yo, it's Red and fucking Method, man. What the
Was it the Improv out here or L.A.?
No, in L.A.
L.A., yeah. I
You guys
remember
was
that.
there,
Yeah,
and
I
it was
remember
like,
that.
yo,
Yeah.
you was fine. I
Yeah.
said,
I remember
what
that.
the fuck is
Yeah, I
this?
remember that.
I was like, I went back and go, guess who was at the show? Red and Method, man. What the fuck? Yeah, so that was a serious, because coming up in comedy, we would go up on your music, but you got to understand, you're doing comedy to sophisticated black folks.
Yeah.
So you go up on Redman, and people like everyone's going up on Luther Vandross. They going up on the Gap Band, and we go up on time for some action. We're going on, and people like, who the fuck? Are these motherfuckers? You know. So, and also I wanted to say, with you and I think you guys are probably some of the best duo work I've seen with the Black Album. You and Method Man are probably the best fucking duo that bounce off each other. And the concert, I've seen a couple of your concerts, unreal. Just the energy. You guys have not lost a fucking step.
No,
No,
they
not
haven't.
at all.
And the humor. Like you always had humor, because you always were funny. Your MTV Cribs,
Oh gosh.
that's the best one ever. You were like, yo, in that shitty
know how many
apartment.
times people stop
the whole
him and
shit.
tell him that.
That was you. That was like you stayed. You were like,
He
yo,
was like your shitty apartment.
Everybody
that
remembers
trash.
Sitting on my apartment on a low.
But that's how smart you were. You're like, no, I'm gonna do it the opposite way, because everybody like, look at my humble abode. You were like, yo, that's my man. There was some dudes laying down in your
Yeah, my cousin. Yeah.
That was the best.
So honest.
It's so memorable.
honest, yeah,
That's
yeah.
all I remember.
Yo, but what's funny is like, yo, a lot of people been hitting me lately, right? Because it was like a special or something that came out far as content, and they retro back to the MTV era, crib era.
Yes.
And they started talking about everybody who was renting cribs and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they was like, yeah, guess the only person who kept it real with their own crib. And I was like, you know what? The truth will always rise to the top.
Rise
you
to the
might
top.
not think when it's beneficial for you at that time, but God will always let that truth rise to the top.
But
as
it
soon as
worked.
time.
It was
Yes,
fantastic.
It does.
And that
it
is
does.
iconic to the point that's the only one we remember.
That's the only one I remember.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even remember none of these other niggas' cribs.
But it made us feel like, all right, man,
That's
one of
the
the
dude.
greatest MCs.
Right.
One of the
He has an
homies.
apartment like mine.
Exactly. Worse than mine.
Nah, son, I had that same wood paneling though.
I
in
had
my
it.
basement.
Yeah,
I had
the
to-
basement though. That shit was in my living room. That shit was in my living room. You had that in your basement.
What do you, as far as you guys want to do, you still want to do more movies with Meth? You
Yeah, I was
guys,
just
another
gonna ask
comedy
How
would be
High, too.
fantastic. How High was, dude, first of all,
The chat
first
asked
of all,
about How High too a lot.
first of all, How High, the song, the remake, come on, man. The lyrical shit on that was fucking amazing. Like, I played the fuck, because I did Original Gangsters, that movie.
Yeah,
I was in Original Gangsters with Pam Grier, Richard Roundtree, and Superfly.
Y'all shot that out there in the Bay Area, right?
No, we shot that in Gary, Indiana, bro.
The fuck out of here.
Not even shit. I live in Chicago, so it's 40.
Wow. So none of it was shot in the Bay?
Wow.
No,
That's
we
like
was in
right there.
We were. That's where
I have people
By
that
the
live
way,
in
that's
Gary.
where the Jacksons are from. Gary, Indiana. That's where Michael
I don't
Jackson.
think Gary, Indiana's open anymore.
No, I know. But we've shot there because I remember Fred Williamson called me. I auditioned for it. Fred Williamson called me personally, the Hammer. He goes, "Is this Godfrey That's how I talk. I say, yeah, who's this? This is Fred Williamson. I said, the Hammer? He said, in the flesh. He was so 70s. In the flesh. He said, you got the part of Marcus, man. You meet us tomorrow at this time. I'm like, what the fuck? So I get there and I'm bumping How High. How high? It's like against the sky. How sick? The sick you can suck my dick. I'm bumping that shit every day. That's one of the coldest fucking, just lyrically, you guys.
That's right.
The references that you make, they don't even realize it's so difficult. And this is your writing.
Right.
This is your writing.
Yes.
You and they don't. I go listen to the lyrical shit they're doing with the words. It's like fucking retarded.
Crazy.
What? My nigga. Apocalypse Now. Watch this. And the roof collapsed. It hits the deck. A hardcore.
Do that shit, right?
Reservoir Dogs. Be like band that can't stand it. With more fruity or loose than that you can't stand it.
Bobby said I'm out. Cut the lights off. Pull the plugs.
It's just so man. God damn it, guys. I'm telling you, man. The greatest fucking lyricist, man.
That I tell them, take your flowers.
You are one of the greatest.
I take them. I work hard for
You are one of the greatest lyricists.
Appreciate it.
What about 1, 2, 3, 4 with LL Cool J?
Oh yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dropping shit like a raincoat. Absolute. I love to burn.
To the roots.
God damn. Come on, man.
He know his shit. He knows his shit.
I mean, and I just go, what? You listening to that shit?
Yeah.
The fucking similes and the, God damn it. You know what I mean?
I work hard, brother. I work hard.
You work very hard. This is what I mean.
Yeah.
It's no different. That's why, as comedians come up in the 90s, you guys were parallel to us. I go, I want to write the best joke. So when I get off, people go, remember the shit he said about the... We were parallel because we went up to you guys' music on stage. We go, what do you play?
It was a mentality of being...
Play Rockweiler. Play Rockweiler. Play Rockweiler for me when I go up. I want Rockweiler, Method Man. I want that. It was parallel. We wanted to be that dope with the pen. Same with jokes.
Man, what about a How High 2?
Yes.
It's already a How High 2 out.
No, I mean, with you in it.
I'm only gonna do like I even told Meth, because me and Meth got the same manager. That's our big brother, and I told him to like, listen, if we do a movie, look, we need to just own it. I want to own our movies.
Yeah,
shoot, like we can just invest in ourselves, a couple of $100,000 a piece or whatever, and shoot some low budget, funny shit, just like Cheech and Chong used to do.
Listen. Let us know, because I want to be in it too.
Oh, say no more.
Now you know
that our budget is low too.
I don't
exactly.
Listen. Listen.
Yes.
I'll do a movie for free. You think I'm
heard it?
Listen.
You heard him. He gonna be like Godfrey, roll the tape. Remember when you said?
Listen. All you gotta do is have food.
Exactly.
And I will do a movie for motherfucking free.
Done deal.
I'll throw somebody in a dumpster for free.
Done deal.
You need to get comedy. Hey, listen, in fact, shit, we'll come up with a fucking script. We know writers.
Yeah.
Redman and Meth want a fucking script. Let us know.
Let's do it.
I'm not even playing with you.
I know you do.
Shit.
I know you got the connection. I got the script for How High Am. I got a script for How High in my phone, bro. Like I write all the time. Like I got a script for How High right now on my phone.
As long as you say I want to be in a film with you guys. God damn it, we're gonna come up with some shit. Who ain't gonna write for you guys? Are you out of your fucking mind? And Method. And by the way, Method made me honorary Wu-Tang member.
Hey,
the Jizza just did. I saw Jizza. He made me an honorary Wu-Tang member. Inspector Deck did too.
Wow.
Cap. Who else did? Capadonna came to my show in Baltimore with his whole crew.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
What? They was like, yo, God, what's up? I was like, ah! He made me one. So you're part of the Wu-Tang family.
Yeah.
You are
definitely
part of the Wu-Tang family.
Definitely.
So I'm gonna be part of I want to be an honorary Redman something, Red Gilla, some shit. So you need to talk to them and say, Godfrey, I knight you as one of. What is your crew called? Do you have one?
Oh, I got my crew. As far as musical is Gilla House, but I'm still Def Squad. Eric Sermon, Keith Murray.
Can you make me part of that, please? Can you tell? Can you make that?
Yo,
Godfrey, you are an honorary.
Yo, E, we got to make Godfrey a member. What is
Honorary
it?
member.
Honorary member of
Yes.
Def Squad. He want to be in the trenches, getting no money with us.
I don't give a fuck. You really think I'm
man.
bullshit?
Is getting no money.
He really thinks I'm fucking around.
No,
I will do this shit for nothing.
I know you will, bro. I know you will.
Damn
I know
right.
you will. Thank you, brother.
You got it, man. Something, even if it's a serious film, like some serious shit, whatever. We gotta come up with something.
Okay.
For real.
Okay.
Do you know how many motherfuckers gonna be like, yo, man, I heard you guys are writing. I'll write a script for you guys. What? For real? I'm not playing with you. Shit.
Okay, say no more.
Okay. Yeah,
no
you
more.
heard
You
it. You heard it.
Y'all
She
just got
heard
an
it.
exclusive.
What? Come on, we coming up with something. Brainstorming on
Exactly.
this shit. Fuck yeah.
Exactly.
Because you guys are gonna get the budget. They're gonna put it's what? Oh
Somebody's
yeah.
gonna put.
You fucking right.
Money up.
And all you gotta say is like, well, I want these guys in it.
Okay.
You gotta have these guys in it. You know what I'm
Chat's
saying?
going nuts
Got
right
you.
now. They all
Especially
want
if it's
how.
They all want. They want.
They all. Oh wow, y'all just started something.
Especially if it's for free. Never
Fucking free.
Come on down. Gonna work you to the bone, nigga. You got a main role, nigga. But yo, Godfrey, bro,
Yes.
like, thank you, like, for
Yes,
having
you-
us down
it's-
here.
Yeah.
Thank you for being
I,
here.
I gotta get back and bang out this. I'm working on Muddy Waters too.
Muddy Waters 2, which, by the way, before that, make sure you review Muddy Waters, the
Yes,
first one.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's on. You're on fire tonight. Is my shit.
Okay.
The
Ooh.
chicken head skit. That's the one I
That's
bumped.
Rockwilder's favorite one too. That's Rockwilder's
And you
favorite
know,
one.
I kept in touch with Rockwilder all during COVID.
Right.
I
okay.
was online with him, and then guess who else was online with me? Fucking Keith Murray. Keith Murray's like, and he'd be in the bed, yo, Godfrey, man, what you up to, man? I had Keith Murray and Rockwilder. I keep
Wow.
in touch with Rockwilder.
Okay.
Red, no pressure.
That's young
Can
bro.
we get 16? Hot.
Nah, I don't be
All right.
spitting no bars during album at all.
That's what you get. You don't ask him to do no fucking bars.
Now, if he'd have did it, you'd have been like, "Oh, that was the greatest shit ever."
He said he had to at least shoot his shot. He had to.
And you're right. And you're
Yeah,
right.
no, yeah. I'm working on the album, so I kind of just keep. I don't be like freestyle. I be throwing up freestyles on my IG.
I saw it. I see it all the
I be
time.
In
going
the
ham
car?
on the
Oh
yeah.
my God,
I be going ham on them shits.
The Rockwilder, is he part of the? Is he doing the beats? Is he doing?
Oh
some
yeah,
of the
yeah,
beats?
definitely. Rockwaller is.
I'm
Definitely
gonna call him up.
Yeah, he definitely cooking. Matter of fact, he got majority of the beats of the album.
Look at what he did with fucking Busta Rhymes shit, the Czar shit.
Oh, yeah.
Dun dun dun,
Yeah.
zum zum zum,
Yeah.
zum, dun, dun,
Yeah.
zum. I wore that album out already.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get the cameo. They used Chris on that.
Which
they
one?
used Chris Rock on that.
Oh no, I
You know,
got
brother,
it. No, I saw all of it. I
gotta get you on one of them.
all them shits. They need to have me on. I just did Ghostface. I did a sketch for Ghostface on his new shit.
Oh yeah.
Man, motherfucker called me. I'm at the chip. He's like, yo, God, yo, check this out, man. I need you to do a sketch of shit. You and the Rip Michaels, y'all need to talk right now. So we on the phone dogging each other. That's a track. How you like them apples? I do it for free.
Get it.
You ever
That's
ask
what I'm
him-
talking about.
If you say
that's
God-
what I'm talking about. The barter system.
He's gonna have you
The
working
barter
all the
system.
time.
Call the barter system.
anytime.
nigga. Okay.
I don't give a fuck. I will
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
You want a
That's
Trump?
love, though.
Redman is one of the greatest rappers. One of the greatest. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I can switch my voice. Nigga, what's up?
Okay. Say no more.
Oh my
Say no
gosh.
fucking more.
Oh
Say
my God.
no fucking more.
Let me know.
Say
I'm,
no
I'm
more.
here. I'll
Okay.
give a fuck. I'll
Okay.
get your info.
Thank you, brother.
Oh, and one more thing. You are a professional skydiver. You've done how many jumps? You got your license, right?
Yeah. I got my B license.
You B like what's that? B license. What's that?
You go to A to D, and it's the numbers too. Like I got my B license. I got like 175 jumps.
Wow. Show him jumping. Show him jumping. Dude, I watched you. You got your. I saw.
Are you gonna do it?
No.
She was honest.
Wait, are you gonna jump?
That shit looks scary as fuck.
He said no.
You've done it?
No, I did the indoor skydiving and had a whole fit.
I do I fly. I've done the I fly.
That's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
I'll do
I do that. I do that too.
I'll do I fly.
that too.
But
I'm not doing that.
I ain't flying.
Don't knock it till you
outside.
try, bro.
I'm not about.
Don't knock it till you try
No,
it.
I'm knocking it because I'm not trying.
I guarantee you, if Godfrey tried, he'd be like, "Yo, it's the most amazing experience I ever had in my
just
life."
Can't.
He has
I
a
just
line. He
can't
has a
wrap my mind
line.
around it.
You have a line in Apollo Kids. You know the one. It's with Raekwon. It's on a Ghostface album, Apollo Kids. You're one of the features on it,
Right.
And you said your eyes always looking like you skydive.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like, that's how high you. See,
Yeah,
I told you I
exactly.
knew my shit.
Yes, you do. I forgot about that line and shit.
The shit you did with Beanie Siegel. Dun, 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 dun.
I can't find that shit.
You can't?
Was it on this album?
It goes.
Yeah, I know that. I know the record they played at the
It's on one of
interstate
his
property.
albums. It's one of his albums.
Yeah,
Let's look on Beanie Siegel.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I
murdered
thought it was on a soundtrack or some shit like
You murdered that shit.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
This boy is on his shit.
I just try to tell
I'm
you,
trying
son.
to tell you.
Yo, this was fat. Thank you for coming,
Come
man.
on, bro. Thank you for having us, man.
And let's
Yes,
support.
we
What
We
is
have video here of Redman skydiving.
Watch this. Watch this video. Look at this shit. This is Redman. That's him.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
I be cheering him on from home. Y'all be like, "Go, bro!"
Look at this. Look at that's Redman.
I can't-
Tumbling.
That is insane.
Look at him. Look at this. Look at this guy.
Yeah, my crew, we hang out the plane.
Look at this psychopath. It's psycho. It's psycho shit. Look at him.
We hang out the plane.
That is insane.
God damn, that is psycho.
Yo,
I
Godfrey,
mean, it
you're
looks
flying.
insane,
You're
but I
flying,
can't
bro.
You're flying,
You're
but you don't have
flying.
wings.
Yo, bro.
You don't have wings.
Yo, let me tell you something. It's
No.
like, yo, besides that, the community of skydiving is what I really appreciate, right? Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the skydive community is not that big. It's more like maybe 40 to 60,000 skydivers in the whole world. And when we jump out that plane, there's no judgment like the music industry. Don't matter if you rich, poor, black, white, green. Once you get out that door, everyone is the same to land.
Right,
You know,
because
at
you
the
could
end of the
die.
day. So the skydiving community, the talk is different. The walk is different. The conversations is different. Of course, they still get a little crazy, whatever, but we putting our life on the line every time we get out that door.
yeah.
So we don't talk about none of the shenanigans that's going on in the industry, in the political world. We're just talking freely and being happy and talking about our next jump.
So is that the way to get rid of racism? We got to be some altitude up.
You might have to. You might have to, because if you become a skydiver, your faith and confidence build. And
Has to.
yeah, exactly. And the knowledge that you gain from in skydiving, as far as the rules and regulations, that stick with you for the rest of your life if you're going to continue to skydive. So you got more things to think about than ignorance. You know what I'm talking about? You got preparation in the air, a malfunction. But just the whole the whole fabric of skydiving is mentality and soul and spirit. And when you up there in the clouds and it's quiet up there, is
it quiet?
It's quiet, bro, with clouds, and you get to see like, wow, this is like another like atmosphere that is not tampered with.
How long are you up there when you're doing that?
When you take off, it's like a maybe good 10-minute ride, and then
10 minutes.
Yeah, maybe 10-minute ride to go like 14,000 feet, and then when you dive, you're going to a free fall for like maybe 60 seconds, if that.
Fuck.
60 seconds
That's
to.
long.
Is it not? Is it like harder? Is it that, or is it like wow?
No, it's like wow. It's
Really?
like, wow.
It's not. I'm thinking. And you get a heart attack. and shit.
It's like wow. But when you do it for the first time with a tandem jump, when someone
You have to have a
connected,
tandem jump.
when someone connected to you, when you get out in the doorway, you like, all right, it's really going to happen. Yeah, but once you get in the air, it's like, oh shit, this is fun. I want to take a class.
And then the guy does the thing.
Yeah,
Have you ever had some shit like, oh shit?
Yeah, I had 7 of them. I had 7 malfunctions.
And how the fuck did you
Where my shit, it could have ended if I ain't know my procedures.
Oh hell no,
Yeah,
no.
see,
But
Nope.
you have a
That's
reserve canopy. That's what that's for. If anything go wrong, you cut that main canopy away and you go to your reserve parachute.
Where's the reserve
Your
joint?
reserve is in the parachute rig. It's in the rig too. So if that one fuck up, you can cut that and go to your reserve, and the reserve is like 99.9.
What if the reserve don't work?
Yeah, that has happened. That has happened to somebody where they reserve messed up too because they was at low altitude, so they reserve didn't work as well, and they broke every bone in their body. But they lived.
But they're like this.
Yeah, but they was
they're like this.
They
They're
was
like,
in
yo.
the cast, but they walking now.
Oh, they like this. Yo, man.
They
do
walking
it.
now. They good. They
That's
walking.
Do that shit,
Crazy.
dog.
Yo, try skydiving. If y'all ever want to skydive, check out where I go to Sussex Skydive in Sussex County, New Jersey.
Yo, check it out.
And go get
And
your.
if you live, go,
You know
hey,
what?
do that shit.
Yo, don't listen to him.
Do that.
Don't
No,
listen to him. Nah,
Hey,
don't
man,
listen
I'ma
to
tell
him.
you. There's just make sure the reserve works.
Yeah, exactly. Or your shit gonna be like this.
Oh my
You gonna be
gosh.
like,
No,
yeah,
you
nigga.
definitely
Nah.
will be.
You'll have fun. Try skydiving.
Crumpled up like a
Sussex
piece of paper.
Skydive in New Jersey.
Well, guys, this has been fucking epic, yo.
Thank you.
And everyone's like, you Redman, because when I made my story, they were like, I'm about to see you. Redman, I said, you fucking right. We love your ass, and
This
you
is
just
the
keep
beginning.
making
Hey, yo,
music.
and I gotta come back down here. This is like the beginning, bro.
You like this?
Yeah, this is cool, bro. Like
I love this whole setting. This
It's
whole setting is
comfortable.
dope.
It's welcoming.
Thank you, sir.
It's no pressure.
We'll have a bigger self
at all.
Right, especially talking about what
Right.
we talked about.
Exactly.
So yeah.
No, this is what we make it like that.
Yo, cause I ain't gonna lie, Godfrey. Like I be scared of interviews now. I don't do interviews no more, because people can twist your words up and just have you.
I don't do that shit.
I'm very selective,
You
bro.
should
So
be.
thank you for making this welcoming for me.
This is awesome.
On the first podcast I do in a long time and shit.
That
man.
says a
thank
lot.
you.
It's
Thank
all
you for
love
the
and respect,
Thank
bro.
you for the comfortability and the love, bro.
That's
'cause,
I try to tell people, y'all. My
yeah, you
shit
gotta
is
come
dope.
to come to Godfrey podcast. It's lit.
Tell 'em-
comfortable.
Tell them, come to In Godfrey We Trust, please.
Yo, come to In Godfrey We Trust.
Tell 'em,
podcast
trust
right now.
me. Just
Trust the God.
Trust the God.
He's doing me an ounce of weed after this.
And I will smoke it.
Exactly.
Yours, I will
about to
smoke,
get
and I will
high,
make a
y'all.
video of it. I go, I'm smoking Red Gilla.
Exactly.
Red
Strain it.
Red Dilla.
I'm smoking that shit.
Okay, say no more.
Yes,
say
sir.
No more, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, check us out, the United Empowerment Party, UnitedEmpowermentParty.org. Check out the work we're doing. That's why we're here. Let's free the
Yes.
green. Let's fight for this plant.
Yes, sir.
Let's not reschedule it to 3. We only have a limited time to make a change, and we must galvanize under one umbrella right now. The petition is in our bio.
Yes, there
And
it
it's
is.
in my bio on IG,
Yes.
Redman Gilla. Go to my my IG
Yes.
and check out the bio, our petition. You can sign it, read it, because the address was written by my sis, and the address is amazing.
Yes.
The
yes.
address is amazing.
All
when
right.
you read it,
Yeah.
you find out what we're about, and if you with the fight, sign it. And let's
Listen,
get it.
it's an easy one. Sign it, guys. Everybody that's been on here, don't listen to this and not sign it.
That's
Period.
right.
If you ain't with the fight, sign it anyway.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if you ain't, just get the
Support.
signatures on
You
there.
smoke,
all the support we
Exactly.
can get
This is all beneficial. All beneficial. Let's do
for
that.
everybody.
If you guys can go to a Sexy Red concert,
You can sign a petition.
fuck out of here. I'm not taking that from
am
but I'm just saying we both
Nah, that was shot.
we all group together for
Godfrey.
dumb shit.
That was shot.
We they make a line out for horrible toxic fried chicken so we can be able to do. No, we do gather up for bullshit. So we can
Yeah,
gather
definitely
up for, hey,
stand
at
for a
least balance
purpose.
it.
Yes,
Balance
it
it.
stands
Go-
for a
you
purpose.
you can go for bullshit
Sign a
and go for
petition.
good shit.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. Let's balance this out, everybody. This has
Exactly.
been fantastic. De Niro, where they come from? De Niro, where they find you, Nero?
Everything Dante Nero, my podcast, Man School 202. I'm starting a new political podcast called Unsurrected. I'm working on that. I'm dropping that.
There
in
you
June.
go.
Hey.
Yeah, he doing that. And yo, you know where to find me. No, you actually don't, because my one shit's been deactivated. But Godfrey Comic is the new
coming
one.
back.
Godfrey Comics, the new one. I got a new crew of people helping me out. Yo, you know, shout out to Shannon Sharp's crew that's helping me out from the fucking Club Shay Shay and shit. They helping me out the whole nine. And I got my GoFundMe because I got to fund my own special. Yeah, I'm funding my own special. I have a GoFundMe.
As you should, bro.
Yeah, right.
right.
We got to do it on ourselves. You
That's
know?
right, that's right,
My
bro.
GoFundMe, it's in the description. The link is. It's also there it is. There's my GoFundMe. Because even my own fans said, why don't you raise money for yourself? Fuck waiting on all the other fucking Netflix and all that. Do it yourself. License it out to them, and that's how you do it.
Exactly.
That's what
Now
I'm.
you
top
talking
donors.
business.
Shout out to Will I Am, who sent me $20,000.
Wow. Shout out to Will I Am.
Will I Am, a fan of mine. He came to my shows a couple days ago at the Netflix is a Joke in LA. Was at my shit. Thank you for that. And for the people that give big donations, you'll be an executive producer. I'll put you in the credits. You know what I'm saying? My GoFundMe is very important. Just go to GoFundMe and Dante
Mike,
set it up.
Those other top donors too, please.
The top donors are executive producer credits. That's what
You
I
got
do.
Dwayne Hicks, Ruthie T, and then I always butcher this one, Adamaka Ajalo.
Yeah, that's my people's Nigerian. He's like Adamaka Ajalo. Good at that. All right.
Try
He
my
killed it.
You did it. Yeah.
Also, we having a festival out there in Snohomish, Washington, on the
Okay.
West Coast.
Okay.
We had our first annual festival last year. It's called the Cantana Fest, and it's basically supporting the cannabis culture, the culture of music and everything. We having our second annual Cantana Fest
When's that?
August 10th and 11th in Snohomish, Washington.
Snohomish, Washington.
Snohomish.
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 25 minutes from Seattle.
Exactly, and we'll be rallying out there as far as UEP and the descheduling of cannabis. But if you're anyway out that way, August 10th and 11th, join us at the Cantana Fest.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. You can find tickets online at thecantanafest.com,
Music and all that stuff?
Yes, music, everything. We got 3 stages, EDM, and you can smoke, everything. It's going to be lit.
That's dope as fuck. Great. Yeah, you guys got to go do that. Make
Absolutely.
sure you sign those fucking autographs and shit. We got to get 100,000, which is easy.
Easy
Not
work.
that
right.
fucking
Easy.
hard. And I'll make sure we talk about that all the time. We'll reiterate it when you guys leave because we're going to take
We
a break.
appreciate that.
We're going to take a break. In Godfrey We Trust. You know what time it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're going to take a break, and then we're doing the members-only chat. So click join or go to gasdigital.com and use promo code Godfrey14
Night
for
owls.
free 2 weeks.
Night owls. Night owls. We'll be back. Bang, bang. Redman!
I say you with the guard free, now you with the guard. I say you with the guard free. You ain't playing around with none of these lanes, but I guarantee you'll be entertained and watch them drop some knowledge on your brain.